I am David Koo. I work in Atlanta, Georgia, and my position at the Georgia Institute of Technology is as a Regents Professor in Mechanical Engineering and as a Chair Professor in the School of Business and also a Professor of Surgery at Emory University. So I started in entrepreneurship about 20 years ago. Most of my research is applied in the area of medical research. Being a surgeon, I like to have that smiling patient, and so most of our research is actually quite practical and could be used for patients. So our first company was developed out of technology that began at Georgia Tech. We made a new material for replacements of arteries, but as we were thinking about going to market, we had to pivot because there was a much larger market in orthopedics. And so we thought if we could take that material and use it as a replacement for the knee cartilage, then we could bypass the situation of needing a total knee replacement. So we created a company towards that and got that through FDA approval. Actually, some of our first patients were done in France because we were able to get regulatory approval in Europe before the US. And eventually that was sold to another company for $435 million. Other products that we have formed are things for replacement of the dural sheath or the covering around the spinal cord. Currently, we're developing a product with Paris-Techmine and Centre de Matériaux where they have developed an anterior cruciate ligament. We want to have a prosthetic ligament that can be inserted with an arthroscopic procedure where they can be up walking that evening. We are also working with the National Institutes of Health to test and develop new rapid diagnostic point-of-care devices for COVID. We teach entrepreneurship at Georgia Tech, and I was asked to teach over in the business school because I have run companies and startup companies. And so what I developed was a certificate program of 4 courses that allow people to, with the technology, to learn how to raise money and understand the business aspects, not necessarily to do all of the business aspects, but be able to talk to their accountant and to their regulatory person and their legal team and know all the general aspects in order to be an entrepreneur to start up a company. I have a long-standing interest in France. I would say that I'm a francophile. I've supported many graduate students from France to study at Georgia Tech. So I have a network of people that have gone back to France or French people that have stayed in Atlanta. I've taught entrepreneurship and biofluid mechanics at Georgia Tech Lorraine in Metz. And then I've helped out at Paris-Tech teaching medical devices and entrepreneurship classes. If you'd like to find out more about entrepreneurship in France and in Atlanta and connections between these two places, then feel free to contact me at the email below.